Hello everyone, Palitum here, and welcome back to Baldur's Gate 3. In the first episode of our series, we just barely survived a nautiloid crash, and we wake up as the Dark Urge, also named Zen in our playthrough, with no memory of our past, covered in blood, at least it's not our own, and on a beach. We should have died from the fall, but somehow we managed to survive. Some powerful force stopped us from dying. Thank you all for joining me today. I hope you are looking forward to this series. We're releasing 14 videos in the first week of the game's release, and I hope you'll join me. Subscribe to see more and make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Well, Act 1 starts the same for everybody. We're on the beach, but what isn't the same for everyone is where we decide to go. Because we freed Shadowheart while we were on the nautiloid, she's just unconscious here. If you didn't free her, you may find her somewhere else. So I suppose I'll try to wake her up. That is, of course, unless a dark urge happens to take over. Hey, what's that? Should I reach out for... No, I'm just gonna wake her up. Hey!
You're alive. I'm alive. How is this possible?
You know, I'm was really hoping that you might know. What is that little trinket you got there?
I remember the ship. I remember falling. Then nothing.
Well, now what?
First things first. We need supplies, shelter, and most of all, a healer. We might have escaped, but we still have these little monsters in our heads.
Yes, I really would like to get rid of this parasite as fast as we can. You have any idea where we are?
No, I don't recognize this place. But anything's an improvement on where we just came from.
Yeah, I could agree with that. Do you want to stay together? I mean, you seem pretty useful in combat. You, of course, were the one that allowed us to be freed by touching that terminal.
We need each other, and we both know what's at stake. Can't think of better company.
I hope you don't regret that. All right, let's get moving.
One thing, just before we go. I wanted to thank you again for freeing me. It would have been all too easy for you to run right past my pod, but you didn't. I'll remember that. Lead the way.
I was just trying to get everybody out that I can, you know? We're also able to level up right now. For Rogue, it's very straightforward. We gain a little bit more health, and we gain some cunning actions. You know how in episode 1 I kept trying to stealth and then attack? Well, we can do that now with our cunning action of hide. It's just a bonus action instead of a full action. So hopefully that mistake won't come back to bite me anymore. That was starting to get frustrating, mostly at myself, not at the game. Because Shadowheart is in our party, we can level her up as well. She's going to gain Turn Undead, allowing her to make an undead flee. She's going to gain a level 1 spell slot, Channel Divinity with 1 charge, and Invoke Duplicity, which can allow her to summon illusions of herself around her. Very cool stuff. Looks like everyone that may have been... on the nautiloid wasn't as lucky. This was just a fisherman that happened to be on the wrong coast at the wrong time.
In the pungent corpse. Since you awoke on the ship, your mind has been cold and empty, but something stirs. With your hands close to this body, you know nothing of why, but you find a half smile flittering across your face.
That's weird. Intelligence. Try to remember the last time you stood above a corpse. Now, my intelligence is not good, but I'm going to try. It's probably... a 7's not that bad. We do have a -1 because of our intelligence. Let's see how this roll plays out. I may have been able to give myself guidance from Shadowheart, by the way. I just didn't see it in time. Either way, we rolled an 11.
As you delve into your mind, it is filled with flashes of 1,000 different dead.
1,000
There is
different
something
dead.
unknown and unspeakable deep within your heart.
Rep. So we don't remember our past, but we remember thousands of dead people around us. An abducted commoner. So this guy was on the Nautiloid. It looks like some intellect devourers are taking cover inside of the ship, and they don't see me yet. So I'm going to sneak down, and I would really like to open up with a sneak attack with range, just to deal some damage. I want all these things dead. They're not us, so I don't like them.
One strike could be lethal.
I was just doing anything I could to get off of that ship. These guys would not be as friendly as our previous pal. Well, my action has already been used, so with my bonus action, I'm going to try to hide and move off to the right. The main reason I'm moving off to the right is I assume this guy's going to turn around to look at Shadowheart, and I'd rather not be in his direct line of sight. One thing I want to add with our cursor, as you can see when I put it over in the light over here, we have a full sun. When I move it into the shadows, we are partially hidden. This is a shaded area. So that does make our stealth a little bit easier, being in the shade. Another intellect devourer deeper in the ship casts dash, and it's going to use its full action to move towards us, although there is some goop on the ground they need to watch out for. The intellect devourer next to me did not see me. Mission accomplished so far. Oh, there we go. It's seen me now. It literally just turned over there to look at me. Isn't that just wonderful? Well, Shadowheart is going to go for a melee swing, 85% chance to hit, and she deals 6 damage. That's going to end her turn. I don't see any reason to move. I'm going to use my bonus action to hide, and then we're going to fire off another ranged sneak attack over here at that intellect devourer for 14 damage. That is wonderful. And then I'm going to take line of sight cover behind this part of the ship. The final of the devourers is moving towards us. He is going to go for Zen. Shadowheart may be able to step up in range for a melee swing. Yes, indeed she can. And I think after that turn, Zen's going to go ahead and pull out his melee weapon, which is just a short sword, and then move in for a sneak attack of his own.
Perhaps our survival isn't such a distant prospect.
I really, really like that overhead slam he does where he holds the sword upside down. I am a very big fan of that. Well, this ship has definitely seen better days. We've seen those better days. There's a fire further in that still seems to be blazing, and even more wreckage up ahead. Let's see if we can find anything useful nearby. I just spotted a chest up on the high ground here. Anything inside we might need to use? There's also a dead mind flayer here. We find an oil of accuracy. Coat your weapon with a +2 bonus on attack rolls. I imagine that only lasts so long, but we shall see. On the Mind Flayer, we find a potion of speed, a caustic bulb, and a spiked bulb. If you guys have any tips you'd like to share down in the comments to make this playthrough go better, if you think I could get a little bit more out of my rogue Zen, or know where something cool might be located and you want to share it, please don't hesitate to share that down in the comments. I am totally open to that in this series. On this abducted nobleman here, we find 52 gold. He was very noble. A amulet, some cheese, but most importantly, a rapier. This is the best weapon, to my knowledge, for us to use as a rogue, at least at the beginning of the game. So I'm just going to go ahead and equip that immediately. That should set us up for success, at least I hope. By the way, if you would like your entire party to stealth, you can press C for your individual character to stealth, but if you press Shift-C, everyone will get down together, meaning you can all sneak in at once. So we're going to try to cling to the shadows here as we move further in to the Nautiloid wreck. The ash is really falling down in every direction right now. Not seeing anything to loot in this section. Is this floor hot? That's definitely fire. We're going to avoid that. I'm not trying to burn right now. Now, Zen is a pretty large fellow. He's the tallest human I could be. I hope that doesn't come back to bite me in the future with sneaking.
Best be careful.
We spotted a mind flayer up ahead. Shadowheart said they're bound to be dangerous, even if they're incapacitated. This guy has 3 health left. He is gravely wounded. Do we even give him a chance, or do we take him down now? I don't know. I'm on the fence about that one. I kind of think attacking immediately would be the play. Can I pick his pockets? He doesn't see me. No, that didn't work. I'm going to speak to him.
The dying monster. This is the thing that abducted you.
Is this the same one I saw during the crash?
Here and now, if only you didn't feel compassion.
Compassion?
Compassion.
No. I don't know. This isn't right. I'm gonna turn away.
You can't move, can't think. Thinking is mercifully done for you. It will be a joy to serve, to die for it an honor. It's possessing your mind, forcing you to love it. But then the feeling slips. The creature's mind seems to focus elsewhere.
While it's focused elsewhere, I'm gonna try to break free.
The monster lies exhausted, defeated. Its eyes, wet orange pearls, radiate malice.
Close those eyes forever. That was a merciful death, but a very needed one.
Monster.
One less mind flayer means one less problem for us. Inside of its inventory, we find another potion of speed and a void bulb. I checked as much of the non-alloyed as I could for loot. I didn't find too much of anything else. However, I did hear a voice. I believe this is to the southwest. There appears to be a pale elf with just snow white hair calling for help on the coast. I'll investigate. We'll see what he wants. Of course, many of you already know exactly who this is.
I've got one of those brain things cornered.
Brain things?
In the grass. You can kill it, can't you? Like you killed the others?
Oh yeah, I can kill it. Exactly. Stand back.
There. Can you see it?
No, not from here. That's not a
Just
brain thing at
dumb
all.
door. You're relieved until you see the flash of a dagger.
We spotted the dagger with our perception. If this is a robbery, you're off to a pretty bad start, Elf.
I just need information. I saw you scuttling about on the ship. You're in league with them, aren't you? Those tentacle... Ah!
Your mind twists. You're looking out of unfamiliar eyes, prowling dark, busy streets. You try to hold the memory, but it fades to the worm. The light, the fear.
What was that? What's going on?
I don't know if I've ever seen this play out this way. Maybe I've never passed this perception check before, or maybe it just changed with early access. Well, it's the Mind Flayer worm that connected us, Elf.
The worm. Of course. That explains things somewhat. And to think, I was ready to decorate the ground with your innards. Apologies.
Apology accepted. I might have done the same thing if the roles were reversed. If you only knew. If you only knew.
A kindred spirit. My name's Astarion. I was in Baldur's Gate when those beasts snatched me.
I'm in quite the state, but I think I'm Zen. I'm not sure. That name is just in my head.
A pleasure. So, do you know anything about these worms?
No, not really. We just don't want them in our heads anymore.
No. Of that much we can be certain. These worms are already affecting me. I can feel it. Now, what to do about it?
I just noticed some scarring on Astarion I've never noticed before. Did you see it too? Well, what's your plan?
Well, getting out of here for a start. Then finding anyone who knows about these worms. I need an expert. Someone who knows how to control these things.
Control them? I want mine gone, my dude.
Well, yes, of course. But first things first.
Okay. Well, do you want to come with us? Oh, I need to get moving, but you can seek shelter in my camp. This is another rogue, so we may not use him in our party for long. I definitely want to keep him around so we can continue to talk to him, and I'm going to find some other companions as well. Again, just so we can keep their narrative moving. But why don't you come with us for now? We could definitely use another pair of hands and maybe a pair of teeth.
You know, I was ready to go this alone. But maybe sticking with the herd isn't such a bad idea. And you seem like a useful person to know. All right. I accept. Lead on.
As he joins your side, your mind dances with thoughts of a perfect, pretty corpse.
Oh no. The dark urge, dude. Oh my goodness. So that boar of his is right over here. It's still scared. I was thinking about maybe killing it. Is that the dark urge speaking? I just thought maybe we could use the food. I do seem to recall something over this way, specifically underneath that rock. But I don't think I have the strength to move that heavy of a rock. So I'll leave that for you guys to explore. I'm going to head northeast to the other side of the nautiloid. There's some kind of magical portal nearby that seems to be a little unstable. Maybe getting close to this thing isn't what I should do.
It's unstable somehow.
But I'm still here to check it out.
Approach the sigil on the stone. Magic glitters and swirls from it erratically, as if malfunctioning. It looks slightly dangerous.
Slightly? I'm going to touch the sigil.
A hand? Anyone?
That is a hand, indeed. Strength, ignore the urge to maim, grab the hand and pull. Rogue sleight of hand with a keen but calculated twist, you attempt to sabotage the sigil. Fantasize about hacking off the hand. I mean, fantasizing doesn't hurt anything, right? By the way, we could scroll down on some of these where it looks like we see all of the options here. We could also slap the hand away, but I'm just going to take a minute to really daydream about what that might look like.
This branch of flesh is begging to be pruned, and its sap sucked from.
Oh no.
My mistress' eyelids, stop!
Oh no!
Cease, you loon!
Oh no!
As soon as the dreams cross the threshold of your imagination, you snap back to realize they have all come true.
Oh, I didn't fantasize about anything.
Full of surprises, aren't you?
Joy floods through you. You were dazed on the nautiloid, but now you are truly awake. Alive.
You looked like he really enjoyed that. So that was another companion. Did I just lose the ability to recruit them? Item received, Gale's severed hand. That's just sitting in my inventory. The few remaining fingers on this hand have grown pallid, cold, and stiff. What am I supposed to do with this? Well, sorry about that. I'm going to talk to Astarion. It seems as though he wants to say something.
Rabid, pained, sick. You're spasming and twitching. You poor thing.
Well, between you and me, overwhelming, violent desires fester in my skull. I hope that isn't off-putting to you in any way.
The norm is to keep dirty thoughts like that to ourselves, but do carry on.
He's interested. Those cruel thoughts, they aren't me. Something has cursed me, I think.
It seems you've been dealt a vile hand. I say, play it. Play it for all it's worth. Nobody should deny themselves their true nature.
Well, he seems pretty sure. All right. I'm going to keep moving on Astarion. Speaking of Astarion, he leveled up as well. He is a rogue as well, so this is going to be pretty straightforward. He's going to gain all of the same actions that we did when we leveled up, like the health increase and the cunning actions. There's really nothing else to leveling up a rogue this early. It's very straightforward. I do wonder if we will see him in the future. I like Gale. Sorry, Gale. Sorry I did that. Continuing to follow the path to, I believe this is almost directly east, we see a familiar face caught in a cage, and two tieflings looking at our lost friend Lae'zel. Now, how she ended up in that cage after falling out of a nautiloid is beyond me, but I definitely owe her a favor. She saved our butts earlier in more ways than one.
Zoru was right. Yellow as a toad and twice as ugly.
The thing's dangerous. Leave it for the goblins to kill.
And if it escapes, how will you... Oh, a guest.
Your skull pounds in response to the prisoner's white-hot stare. Her lips don't move, yet you hear her voice.
Get rid of them.
Don't worry, I'll get them out of here one way or another. I can do deception, persuasion, or just attack them. I'm going to say don't worry, and I'm going to try to convince them to leave somehow.
Your words flow to her, though you never speak them aloud.
I know what grows inside you, and I know of a cure.
You do know of a cure.
Remember how keen she was to leave me to die in the nautiloid? We can't trust her.
Well, she was just trying to get herself to safety. You got to put on your own life vest first. I get that. I'm going to try the deception. We'll see if we can pass the check. Now, I might be able to add a bonus from guidance to help us out a little bit, but it looks like we don't have any negative effects on this roll. Oh! That did not work. That did not work at all, and I'm definitely not using inspiration on it.
Demaze, let's...
No. I'm not leaving.
Critical failure.
Kill them.
Kill them. We have to kill it before it harms someone. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm gonna attack the tieflings.
Dimessa, watch out!
I don't feel good about this, but they weren't listening to reason, were they? I don't think I can do it. Wait. I don't think they can see me, so I'm going to cunning action, and I'm going to do a sneak attack to the back of the closest tiefling here. With that rapier, we should be seeing some pretty big damage, and we hit him for 11, just over half of his HP. That will end Zen's turn. The far tiefling goes for a hamstring shot. That is going to pin me in place, but I did save against the roll. 2 big hits, though. Make that 3, and Zen is down to only a few HP. 3 HP right now. Well, I don't think Astarion's going to be able to sneak into the shadows too much, but his sneak attack will have advantage because Zen is so close. And 7 damage done means that guy's at least getting low. Astarion's going to move up next to Zen to support him. Man, he really hurried up that hill quite fast there, didn't he? We are then going to cast Healing Word on Zen from Shadowheart just to help him out a little bit more. And then she's going to move into position as well. I'm going to put Shadowheart closer to the archer, so hopefully the archer chooses her as a target instead of Zen. And that will conclude both of my turns. Zen is back up again. We're going to go for a sneak attack. Must have advantage against the target. Oh, I see. So Astarion isn't close enough. We'll just go for a normal melee swing. That does get dodged. I'm going to try for a flourish. That does connect, and they are knocked unconscious for the time being. That's interesting. So that was a non-lethal attack. Very cool. That'll conclude my turn. That shot does aim for Shadowheart instead of me. Now, Astarion can't sneak here, so we're just going to go for yet again another ranged attack on the far enemy. I don't know if it'd be better to give Astarion a bow at this, or excuse me, a crossbow at this point to replace his bow, or if that bow is just fine. Either way, I was hoping I could sneak off to the side here somewhere. I guess I'm just going to move deeper into the area with him and then try to do a cunning action. He is actually hidden right there, believe it or not. Now, Shadowheart is going to move forward with a leap, trying to close the gap onto the enemy tiefling, and go for a swing. 55% chance to hit. It does. 4 damage to the side. Now, with the last action, oh no, I don't think I can do that much damage. I'm just going to try a ranged attack from the high ground. You know what? I should have done a sneak attack because we had advantage. Shadowheart was right there. Either way, it did not matter. Oh no, it's the Dark Urge! And I'm going to fire the next shot at the cage, holding Lae'zel to knock her down. Before I walk up to her, I'm just going to short rest. That'll allow me to recover a decent amount of my HP. 16 out of 17 right now. That's totally manageable. Let's go see what Lae'zel has to say.
The tadpole hasn't yet scrambled all your senses. Auspicious. But the longer we wait, the more it consumes. My people possess the cure for this infection. I must find a creche. You will join me.
Careful. She obviously sees your kindness as weakness. Don't let her take advantage.
Do you think I have a lot of kindness? Because I'm really conflicted on that, if I'm just being honest with you here, Shadowheart. Well, if you think you have a cure, can you explain to me what a creche is? You know, just in case I don't know.
It is many things. A hatchery, a training grounds, a shelter. Githyanki protocol is clear. When infected with a gay tadpole, we must report to Augustil for purification.
Very well. Let's journey together and let's find this creche.
You have made an ally from Creche Kalir. Few know such fortune. Call me Lae'zel.
I'll
Hi,
trust your
Lae'zel.
judgment, but I won't trust her. Not until I've gotten the measure of her.
You've a sharp tongue, elf. Would that your mind proved its equal.
Half elf. I suppose the finer details are lost on a creature like you.
Come. The Horned Ones mentioned a camp. One there, this Zoru, has seen Githyanki. A creche must be near. We will ask this Zoru where he has seen my kin.
Very well. And the party grows larger. Lae'zel has a level up, so let's make sure we do it. I believe fighters are pretty straightforward. As they level up, she's going to get more HP, even more than we did, and also gain access to Action Surge, which allows her to do 2 attacks in a single turn, or really 2 actions. It could be multiple attacks in a single turn later in her career. So, Lae'zel is going to be our front line. But, as I mentioned, Astarion isn't someone that I feel is going to be traveling with our party. I do have one final companion in mind, and it's one that we have never brought in a series before. Because he always dies! It's not my fault, dude! He always dies!
I hear shouting up ahead.
Yeah, I hear the shouting too. Wait, so... if she does hear shouting, we're going to split the party. The rogues are going to link up over here on the left side, if I am capable of doing such a thing. And then the rogues shall venture up to the high ground. Now, the shouting seems to be at a very large gate up ahead. But I think we have a decent view of what's going on from here. Now, with the rest of our party, Shadowheart and Lae'zel in tow, they are going to confront the problem head on. Hey! Keep it down!
Open the bloody gate! Nobody gets in! Zevlor's orders! That pack of goblins will be on us any second!
What's going on?
Goblins are on our tail! Open the gate, Zevlor, now!
You let goblins here? Where is the druid?
Please! There's no time!
By the 9 hells! Open the gate!
Oh, that guy didn't make it.
No!
I would not be trying to grab that gate right now, let me tell you that. I'm not trying to get crushed before the goblins kill me.
Shit! Form a line! Damn,
Nice hit!
provoke the blade and suffer its sting.
How cool is that? They gave Wyll an epic intro into this battle. He is the final companion that I would like to add in. But there is the small issue of a pretty large goblin force following these adventurers back to town. I believe these are the very same goblins that we saw in that opening cinematic in last episode. We are in stealth, so Astarion's going to move up for a sneak attack. Why doesn't that work? Do you have to be a little close? Is he not in stealth? Hold on. Cunning action hide. That's exactly why. There we go. So that's going to be a one-hit kill as he slices the throat of the goblin archer on the high ground. Zen is then going to follow suit, going for a cunning action of hiding, moving up to the edge, and firing off his favorite crossbow at the goblin tracker underneath him. In the first two moves of this combat, we have taken 2 lives from these goblins. Let's see if Lae'zel can keep it going. I don't think so. I don't think she can. She's going to use her... oh, maybe. Maybe? She's going to use her leap to jump towards the goblin caster. Was that all of my movement, though? I believe it was. So she's going to have disadvantage if I go for a ranged attack because we're too close to this enemy. So I'm just going to pick another one. I'm going to go for the goblin brawler. I should probably pick whoever I have the highest chance to hit. It's going to be the brawler. And that's going to be 2 damage to their side. Nothing too crazy. We're going to save our action surge for next turn. Meanwhile, Shadowheart with shield in tow is probably just going to dash to get herself into position. She's pretty far away. And with that, our entire squad has done their actions. And let's see what these goblins are all about. The adventurers are still trying to stay strong. We see one of them moving up for a double attack. One of those trying to knock this guy off balance, and it succeeded. Grease being cast underneath him causes him to fall down. That's not good when you're at the feet of a bugbear. The archer on the far corner fires off a shot. It does not connect with anything. And we see the red tiefling that was yelling down from above. Oh, sounding the bell, sounding the horn, getting us rallied. I'll be able to tell you what rally does by mousing over this. Gain 8 temporary hit points, so he made everyone here a bit tankier. That is very, very good. We've divided the attention of the goblins as half of them are moving to attack my party and the other half sticking to the adventurers. Wyll moves up with the Arms of Hadar. Does that do damage? I thought it just caused reactions to that. I guess it does do damage. That guy definitely felt it. Whoa! He pushed his friend to safety and then gets an attack of opportunity as the bugbear moves to attack him. I'm not joking. That was a really, really good move. Barth did lose all of his temporary hit points, but Astarion saw that happen. He's going to use his cunning action and fire off a shot at that bugbear. Connecting for 15 damage. That's 2 shots, 2 kills from Astarion, and that's going to end his turn. Zen is going to crouch down as well and then fire off a shot of his own. I think I'm going to aim for the caster, but it looks like that's a little bit too far away from me. So I'm going to go for the brawler that's in front of Lae'zel. Another perfect connection. Man, rogues seem to do a lot of damage in the early game. Lae'zel's moving back to her melee weapon, and she's going to use it against Zakrug. He is the goblin boss leading this charge. 50% chance to hit, and we do connect with an 11. Now we're going to action surge and try to do that again. And we do! Wow! Did they make this fight easier? Because this is going really good. Really, really good. Well, that's going to be it for Lae'zel more than likely. We potentially could move up just to do a shove here. I don't think that's even necessary. I am going to move up to try to help out our friend. Maybe me standing closer will give him some kind of advantage. Now, with Shadowheart, I am going to cast... I don't want to do Guiding Bolt. I'm going to do Sacred Flame on the caster to my left. 55% chance to hit, but no, we do not connect with that damage. The knockdown guy in the grease does stand up, and he's going to throw a potion, I think, that hit Lae'zel, but as well as the warg. I don't know why he did that unless he was aiming for his friend and completely missed. From the high ground, Zevlor firing his crossbow. That does connect with the caster. They must be low. Yes, 1 HP right now. Arms of Hadar finishes them off. And then Wyll moves into position. Why is my camera so high? I'm trying to zoom in. This is the view I got. There we go. Well, Astarion's been doing pretty well. We're going to see him crouch down one more time and start to line up that shot. But before he gets to do it, we see Zen trying to steal his glory, the Dark Urge taking over. And the warg will be his kill.
That was the last of them. Inside! All of you! More may follow! Open the gate! Where is that bastard?
Hey, that went really well. That went really, really well. This is a druid grove. We're not going to fully explore this place in this episode because there is a lot to see. However, we are going to meet up with Wyll and see if we can learn a little thing, a little bit about him. Because with an intro like that, man, I just have to have him in my party. That is, of course, after I loot all of the bodies outside. You know, just in case. Because then we have it.
There are children here, you fool! We was running for our lives. You led them straight to us, and you let them take the druid too? Unbelievable!
Hey guys, what's Wow, we are so tall. I've seen much bloodier battles than this, guys. Consider yourself lucky. In fact, I've caused most of those battles.
And who the hell are you again? Show some respect. This man saved your pathetic life.
Well, I didn't ask for any goddamn help.
Please, you were begging me to open the gate. Anything to save yourself, you coward!
The human's eye twitches. He's about to blow.
Oh, we caught that with our insight. Melee attack, take a swing at the tiefling, take a swing at the human. I don't want to do any of those. My ability to stop these guys can't be that good. I'm going to try persuasion. I don't think it's going to work out. 15! Yeah, that's a pretty hard one. A natty 20? I didn't know. Man, they should call me the negotiator, not the Dark Urge.
You're right. There's too much at stake.
That was a really good roll.
The both of you.
Enough! Squabbling is pointless. The goblins have found us.
At least we agree on that.
You agree the goblins found you? It's kind of hard to disagree with that. Well, these guys are moving further inside town. Let me get everybody grouped up here and then start to move in. Now, we do want to talk to Zevlor because he has a lot of really useful insight about the situation here and what's going on. But my sights are set on Wyll to close off this episode. As always, thank you guys so much for joining me. I hope you enjoy our campaign. I hope you could tell how immersive I'm trying to make this series. I'm putting quite a lot of effort into this. Will's just up ahead. Let's see what he has to say.
Go on. Give me a best shot. Not bad. Again.
I can't do it. I'm not like you.
Umi, I don't need you to be like me. You just have to buy enough time to run. Come on. I believe in you. You can do this.
I really like that he's helping the kids in town. I really like that. Hey there. Can I have a word?
Well met. The blade of frontiers at your...
The man's smile bends downward, and his thoughts become yours. You are the blade of frontiers racing through the wastes of Avernus. Just ahead, a diabolical figure, red skin, single curled horn, blazes with flame, bloodied great axe held.
What was that, friend?
You were on the ship.
I was. We both carry that parasite, it seems.
Doomed to shed our skin and become a lithid, or so the stories go. But we haven't sprouted any tentacles. Not yet, anyway. Could just be good luck. I'm not so...
Your minds collide once more. Wyll chases the fiend ignited with rancor. She is an infernal war devil. A threat to the living. Evil incarnate.
Shit! You saw her. Advocatus Diaboli.
What did he just do? History check failed. Hunting in the hells, that's dangerous territory.
I'm no stranger to the infernal. Better to slay a devil before her fires burn common folk to ash. Her name is Karlach, an archdevil soldier I swore on my good eye to kill. I tracked her through the hells to the mind flayer ship, but the damned Illithids infected me before I could end her. She's out there now, preying on the innocent. I don't kill her, she'll leave behind nothing but a trail of corpses.
Well, let's join forces. Can help you catch this devil back to the hells.
An excellent suggestion, but your party's full up. Still, when the time comes, call for the blade. I won't be long to answer.
Can you go to my camp and wait for me?
A splendid plan. We'll talk more there.
Thank you, friend. Oh, he's just done training him.
Have to fight.
Well, I guess on that note, we are done with this video. Thank you guys so much for joining us. The party has been assembled. We're going to let Astarion get some rest back at camp. And then, you know what? Let's head to camp right now. Let's see what it looks like. Let's see if we can find a good place to stay. There used to be a cutscene the first time you went back to camp. That's kind of unsettling. What would Astarion say if I was just like, you know what, friend, let's have you stay here?
We're traveling with the famed Blade of Frontiers. I feel safer already.
It is so bright. I think it's better for you to stay here at camp for a while, Astarion. Thank you, though.
Oh, darling, I'm hurt. I thought we had something special.
He really did encourage me. Please just stay here.
I guess I'll spend my evenings lounging here while you do all the hard work. It sounds awful.
He's not upset. He'll be fine. Wyll, get in here, bud.
The Blade of Frontiers at your calling.
Is that what I should call you? How does the Blade of Frontiers end up chasing a devil into the hells?
Karlach's fires raged in Baldur's Gate before she escaped to Avernus, as my source told it. And she was planning to return. One of the archdevils Zariel's own. Chaos incarnate, a devil with pure fire for a heart. I made my way to Avernus to stop her. She fled from my reach, even climbed aboard the mind flayer ship as it screeched through the hells. I followed in close pursuit. I can't bear to imagine the lives Karlach might be taking, the damage she might be doing.
I like how this guy is like a fabled hero and he decided to join us. That makes me feel really important. I don't really care who his source is. It's not exactly easy to journey to the hells, though. How did you get there?
A powerful friend with a keen interest in privacy. I'm sworn to say no more.
That's fair, friend. Let's move on to other matters.
All right. Anything more we should discuss?
Actually, this is a good question. I don't suppose you know an expert healer, do you?
I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
And we do already know where the Grove is. That may not be a bad idea. I'd like you to join me, Wyll. I could use the Blade of the Frontiers on my side.
That's the spirit.
And that's going to do it for today's episode, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. I will see you again very soon. 14 videos in the first 7 days. We're just getting started.